How do we track those results? We have this fourth step, yeah, that completes the cycle. Great ideas that are prioritized and driven by tests, open, honest analytics help us now to see, like, did we go into the right direction or not? And everybody needs to be able to see that. And for that, we have a growth meeting. And we usually set a 30 to 60 minute time frame on a weekly basis, no excuses, must happen meeting. Everybody who needs to be there to see if their results and their ideas have actually performed or not. Yeah, and that makes them very conscious about what works, what does not work. If you have a product team that is very separated from your marketing team and they execute your product ideas, you're like, you don't hear back from it if your product ideas actually work, or if your marketing concept ideas work that are then executed somewhere else. Yeah, and that helps your whole team to improve over time, and they become better idea generators the more experienced they are. It's like playing chess. The more games you have played and the more outcomes you have seen, successes and failures, the better of a chess player you become. This is why I enjoy playing your chess games. Yeah, if you have a case study or have something that you want to share, I'm so happy to look at it, because for me it's just another chess game that helps me become another better player. Yeah, that's the whole reason why I'm doing this. Yeah, I try to become the best at this as possible and support the other people who are on the same journey of mastery towards this growth marketing skill. So how does a simple report like that look like? Everybody can have a Google sheet or an Excel spreadsheet with numbers on a weekly basis, yeah, or whatever the sprint length is. You put in all the key performance indicators, which I usually take as the steps your customer has to take to make the final conversion, and split them up the way you like. It can be very simple. It can be manually done on a weekly basis. If you are in a more e-commerce setting, you want a more involved setup where you're able to see different segments of your target groups. For example, how is my checkout conversion based on channel? Yeah, you want to be able to separate Facebook ads from Google ads, from SEO, from Instagram stories, for example. You can only do this here. You can never get this in the proper detail on a manual spreadsheet. Yeah, and but try to start with this. I always keep one of these for until the end. I never stop doing this, because this is the truth. I just take the numbers not from Google Analytics or just from Google Analytics, but I take them from my accounting system. Yeah, I take them from my sales system, which is not integrated with Google Analytics, for example. Yeah, and I just plug them in once a week. It's so valuable to see how your core performance indicators work. In this case, the North Star metric was daily registrations, supported by daily installs and daily budget. Yeah, budget is a weird one. Why budget? Because if you have a budget, it's your job to actually spend the money wisely. And I see lots of teams who are not spending their money wisely. Then the end of the year comes and they start spending it stupidly. Yeah, so always try to keep my ad spend right at the level where I want it. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. So that's a simple report, something that I can pull up every week in the growth session, and this is how I start. Yeah, I start with this performance review. So results are not a magical thing that happens. It's just a result out of your systematic experimentation. So you can completely focus on generating good ideas, prioritizing them, and driving the experiments. Ignore the results. Focus on the activity. That is what you have control over as a person. Yeah, you can always control your activity. It's very rare that you can control results. So from here, we have had the full journey, yeah, from the ideas to the priorities, the experiments and the results. And that's the machine you need to keep driving. Yeah, in the workshop, which I can't go into now, we also talk deeper about how to actually make that wheel rolling in your organization, how to manage stakeholders, and actually work on the discipline and making this part of your organizational culture. Yeah. So, but I guess it's almost time for some rum. We have 8:15. That's good. So you see the context of this. Now we have a clear goal. We have a clear North Star metric. Now the question becomes again, what are the ideas, the content, the story that we want to drive to improve towards our goal? And then we need to build funnels in general, to say like, how do we get more customers into the system and nurture them, build the trust. We need to drive the analytics to see clearly what works, what not. Then we can scale the paid and organic traffic. Yeah. Before I have done that, it's a waste of money usually to spend a lot of cash on paid traffic or SEO services or social media marketing. Yeah, you need to have those steps in order, and the most important one is the one we talked about today, that you are sure that you're going to the right direction and driving it there. So that's the whole context. That leaves us a bit of time now for Q&A. Yeah, you can think about some questions that you might have out of your own experience, and we usually take that time during the Q&A to also write down the feedback. You have a feedback sheet on your thing. Can I borrow yours for a moment? And a pen, hopefully. And we just ask you, and please be just specific. What did you particularly like here that we should keep doing? What didn't you like? Maybe the air was too shitty and it was too warm, right? And how could we make this better? Yeah, just be honest and concrete and take a bit of time. There is always room for improvement. I don't need flowers here. Yeah, if you want me to know who you are, just write your name on it, but you don't have to. And at the bottom there is the NPS score. How likely are you to recommend this meetup to a colleague? And yeah, we take that time while you ask the question to fill out the feedback form. And the magic box, this is our treasure chest. That is up here. Yeah, we value your feedback very much like our treasure. That goes in there folded once. So thank you for the feedback up front.